India's Chief of Army Staff, General Manoj Pande, has embarked on a two-day visit to Bhutan, where he will be holding talks with the top civil and military leaders of the kingdom. The Indian Army Chief's visit is aimed at further strengthening defense and security ties with its neighbor. The Indian Army said the visit will further enhance the unique and time-tested bilateral relationship characterized by utmost trust, goodwill and mutual understanding. The Army Chief will also engage in extensive discussions with his counterpart in the Royal Bhutan Army. General Pande is also scheduled to have an audience with the Bhutanese king. The Indian Army Chief's visit to Bhutan coming amid China's persistent attempts to enhance its infrastructure around the Bhutanese territory, in the Doklam Plateau. The crucial visit also comes just days after new satellite images emerged showing China constructing a village east of the Doklam Plateau on the Bhutanese side. The situation in Doklam and the Chinese activities in the region are likely to figure in the talks between the Indian Army Chief and his Bhutanese counterpart. In 2017, Indian and Chinese armies were locked in a 73-day standoff at the Doklam Tri-Junction after China tried to extend a road in the area that Bhutan claimed belonged to it. India objected to the Chinese activity, saying that it would impact its overall security interests. The border dispute between India and China is not limited to the Doklam Plateau. The two countries, for years, have been at a standoff in India's Union territory of Ladakh along the line of actual control. And in 2020, Indian and Chinese soldiers engaged in a hand-to-hand combat in Ladakh's Galwan region. 20 Indian soldiers were killed in the worst clash between the two sides in 45 years. In October last year, Bhutan and China signed an agreement on a three-step roadmap to expedite negotiations to resolve the border dispute. Bhutan shares an over 400-kilometer-long border with China, and the two countries have held over 24 rounds of talks to resolve the border dispute. And with us on the broadcast is our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, with us from New Delhi. Siddhant, take us through the latest that you're gathering at this point and the significance of this visit at this time.
Well, of course, this is a very significant visit from India to Bhutan. It's very difficult to, in fact, recall when was the last time an Indian Army Chief visited Bhutan. But the fact that it has been publicized by the Indian Defense Ministry, there is an official release, shows the fact that this is something that is public in nature. We're still to receive the first visuals of the Indian Army Chief in Bhutan. But largely it is coming at a time when we know that the Chinese worry, whether it's the Indian subcontinent or other parts of the world like South China Sea, there is worry over Chinese aggression. We saw reports of the Chinese building infrastructure, especially in the Doklam area, which is Bhutanese territory. And that, of course, is a worrisome development for India because it's near India's chicken neck that connects India's northeast with the rest of India. And that, of course, is a worrisome factor for New Delhi. In fact, as you mentioned, how 2017 was a worrisome year when both India and China, both the armies were face to face loggerheads at the same location at Doklam. So there is a worry over that. But remember, India and Bhutan also share very strong military-to-military defense relationship. There are Indian Army teams in Bhutan who have been helping Bhutan in terms of capacity building, in terms of training of the Bhutanese army, the royal bodyguards. So essentially, there is a long-standing relationship between India and Bhutan when it comes to military. But this visit is going to re-emphasize that. But will China be discussed or not? I doubt it will be publicly talked about.
All right, we're coming back to you as and when we have further updates on that front. Thanks very much for the moment, Siddhant. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.